So this video I want to show you some color grading tricks that I use a lot and that saved me a lot of time. So let's start with the first trick. So the first thing that you would do when you want to color grade is to convert your footage to Rec 709. And this shot, for example, is shot on the iPhone with HDR video on, so it's not in Rec 709, it's actually in an HDR format. So we want to convert it. And what you normally would do is make a few notes and then add color space transform to the last one. And then you would change everything here so that the video is converted to Rec 709. But there's actually a faster way, a way faster way. So we reset everything and go back to our timeline, and then we can go to the project settings, go to color management and click on here and choose Davinci YRGB color managed, and then we can leave it like that. Except if you want to work in Davinci Wide Gamut, then you can uncheck this automatic color management and choose HDR Davinci Wide Gamut Intermediate. But the fastest way is just to leave everything as it is and then press save, and now it's converted. Obviously you need to make some brightness adjustments, but that's actually what you would also do when you convert it with the CST. This works with a lot of footage, but not every type of footage works, but it definitely works with Sony HLG and iPhone HDR footage, and that's what I use a lot of the time, so that's working for me. So now I made 3 nodes so that we can adjust the exposure, contrast and balance. Now when we switch to a different clip, we can see it's empty, and now what you normally would do is make this again by making 3 nodes and then name them. But there's actually a way faster way. When we go back to this without any adjustments here, of course, you can click on this clip here, press Command C and then Command A because we want to have the node tree on all the clips, and then we press Command V, and now the named nodes are on all the clips here. But be careful when you made adjustments before you copied everything. These adjustments will also apply to the other clips that you pasted them on. So now I color corrected and adjusted all the clips, and the next thing you would do is color grade them. And if you want to make the same adjustments to all the clips, like for example when you use a LUT, there's actually a very fast way so that you can apply the LUT to all the clips. For that we go to the clip here and go to timeline. Now we can make a new node with Alt or Option S, and now I make about 3 nodes if I want to make some adjustments. And of course the LUT is always at the end, so we choose the third node. And now I want to use, for example, this LUT here. And now when we go through all the clips, you can see the LUT applies to all the footage, but you have to be very careful because normally you could make some adjustments from clip to clip, but in this case the same adjustment applies to every clip. So when I make some adjustments here, for example, it doesn't apply only to this clip, but it applies to every clip. So when you want to have a different color grade for every clip, or if you want to make precise adjustments for every clip, you shouldn't use this technique. Now we reset everything, and what I like to do, which saves me a lot of time, I make a color grade once and then I save it as a power grade. So we can go here to vlog look, and then I just right click this one and apply grade, and now we have the color grading here with my adjustments. Now I want to make some adjustments on this clip, so I go back to the clip base, reset contrast because that looks pretty bad in my opinion. Pull this one up a bit, pull gamma down, and now it looks pretty good in my opinion. Now I could make some adjustments on all the other clips, but they look pretty good in my opinion. So these are the techniques that I use a lot because they save some time. But there's actually another technique that I use a lot recently. So we reset the timeline node again. Now I can make about 3 nodes again because that's what I always do. Now we go to effects, and what I like to do is using a plugin called Deinsert. So we add it here, and this plugin gives us the film look, and you can make a lot of adjustments in here. Now in this case I want to use the Kodak Vision 350D. And for the film print, I want to use the Kodak 2383. And now we can also make some adjustments here. I will also want to have bloom, but not as strong. So I pull it back here. Halation a little bit. So we also pull this back a bit. Maybe film compression, but definitely not as strong, so we pull back the impact. And what I also like to do is increase the color density. And now we have the Deinsert plugin on all the clips because we are working on a timeline node. So this plugin also saves me a lot of time, and if you want to know more about it, you can click on the video on the screen now. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next video.